morning team, it's Monday and it is currently 11 AM. I was just wrapping up last week's vlog because I didn't film yesterday. Tell you about what I want to read this week. So I want to continue on with a discovery of witches this week. I've ended up, so the idea behind this, I'm buddy reading this with a group of people on Instagram. There is like an Instagram photo challenge as well for this month, and we're supposed to be taking the whole month over this book, so this is split into like 4 weeks, a chunk a week. But I read the first like 50 pages of this and really enjoyed it, and I think it's the sort of book that I really need to sort of sit down and try and plow through in a number of days instead. So I've ended up splitting this up into 50 pages a day, approximately 50 pages a day, just to try and make it easier to get through. So I will be finishing this before the end of the month, but that's okay, hopefully anyway, if I can keep up with the 50 pages a day. So I want to continue on with this, so I do need to read today's 50 pages and get from, well, I'm up to page 62 because I read a little bit last night, but get to page 110 today. So continue on with a discovery of witches. I won't finish that this week. I would really like to finish A Court of Wings and Ruin this week. I said I was going to finish it last week and I just didn't, so I really want to finish this week and try and get this done and dusted, because I can't pick Hair of Fire up until I finish this, because I can't read two Sarah J Maas's I can't read two Sarah J Maas books at the same time. And then just a mix of other books as well this week. So I have a contemporary romance with If I Never Met You by Vahira McFarlane, which is my book club's read for the month, the contemporary book club. So I'm looking forward to getting to this one. This is also, I do have an e-arc of this on NetGalley, so I can do another review this week for NetGalley, which is great. Then I want to pick up Clockwork Princess this week by Cassandra Clare, which is the third and final book in the Infernal Devices series. So again, this is split up already into 100 pages a day. I don't know whether that will be feasible, but we'll see. It's usually fast paced once I get into it, but we'll see how this goes. So I would really like to pick this up this week as well. And then I have a buddy read, which is not on my Bookoplathon TBR. I haven't been able to fit it in, but this is like a last minute buddy read with my friend Anna. We were texting the other day after she watched last week's video, and she's been a bit worried about me. And we used to buddy read a lot. We were buddy reading the Lunar Chronicles, so we were buddy reading a book like every 2 weeks. And we kind of both miss it really, the interaction and also buddy reading. So we've picked a book between us this weekend, and we are going to read this over the course of the next 4 days. And the book is The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. This has been on my TBR for a while anyway, and I really want to read it. And I kind of want to read this before I pick up Winterwood, because a lot of people who have seen Winterwood on my TBR, which is also by Shea Earnshaw, has said to me, have you read Wicked Deep yet? By no means do I think they're in a series or have anything to do with each other, but people have been recommending this one to me highly. So I'm really glad to pick this one up. This is just like 70 pages a day, so again, see how that goes. Obviously it shouldn't be too bad to keep up, because the text is pretty easy, and like every couple of chapters also there is like a page like this. There is a bookmark in here because I did do try chapter tag a couple of months ago with this, so I decided to keep it. So these are the books I'm planning on reading this week. I might chuck a middle grade in there as well, maybe over on the weekend, but wait, this is what I would like to get through this week. I would actually like to stick another book on here from Bookopoly, because only Clockwork Princess, If I Never Met You, and Discovery of Witches are on Bookopoly, but I won't finish a Discovery of Witches this week. So I'll get through 1, 2, 3, 4 books this week, but only 2 of them will be on my Bookopoly TBR. So if I could stick another one on here. Yeah, excited to get through these. Today I am hoping to edit last week's video and also my Supernatural-a-thon announcement, because that's going to go up on Thursday, which is exciting. So that's what I need to do today. I've also got some planning of some stuff that's coming up soon that I need to do. So I need to do that as well. I could do tidying the house up a little bit as well, and then I want to do some reading later on. So if I could get all my shit done by like tea time, that would be really good, and then I can just spend the evening focusing on reading. And this was a really long intro. I am gonna go because I've got shit I need to do, and I would like to pick up a book as soon as possible, but editing is more important today, so that's what we're gonna do. I will check back in with you later. Oh guys, I forgot to fucking tell you, but also I reached 1,000 subscribers last night and I'm absolutely buzzing about it. It happened, I can't remember what time it happened now, but it happened last night. I took a screenshot of it. Let me see if it's got the time on it. And I was so happy. Just gone midnight last night, so I took a screenshot of it, and then by like 2 o'clock, after I'd celebrated it on Twitter, I gained another follower. So I had 1,001 followers, and then I lost 5 followers. 5 subscribers, but it's happened again this morning, so I'm absolutely buzzing. I've reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I couldn't do this without the support of all of you, so thank you so much. Those of you that watch my videos, those of you that comment, those of you that like, those of you that subscribe, obviously, those of you that share my videos when I post about them on Twitter, those of you who have just been so welcoming in the book community. I've been here now for coming up 2 years. I'll be having my 2-year anniversary here soon, and it's just been so amazing to be welcomed so like nicely into the community, and also with open arms, and also make so many new friends as well. And it's been incredible. It's been a journey and it's been wild, and thank you to all of you. I really appreciate it. And I just, hello to new subscribers, hello to people who have been here since day one. I love you so much. Thank you so much for your support, and I will be doing something hopefully soon to commemorate this, because 1,000 subscribers for me is massive. Like, that's huge. I know a lot of people have more than that, so 1,000 isn't a lot, but for me 1,000 subscribers is really big. So I'm really happy. I'm over the moon, and yeah, I'll be doing something soon. I don't know whether to do like a Q&A or something. I want to see what happens. I'll either do like a Q&A or a reading your assumptions about me video, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Probably do a Q&A. I just wanted to tell you about that. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know that I don't particularly do anything exciting, to be honest, other than literally just talk about books. Like, I know other people do a lot more exciting stuff, like themed vlogs, or they have TBI games or something. But there are some things in the works that I've got coming up soon, and I'm hoping to do more stuff in 2021. I'm trying to plan my content for 2021 a little bit now, because I really want to sort of get ahead of the game a little bit. So there are bits coming for you guys soon that's a bit more entertaining than me just sitting in front of this white wall constantly whinging or telling you about what I'm reading badly. So telling you about it badly, not that I'm reading badly. But yeah, so thank you so much for being here, and I will check back in with you when I've got something to tell you about later.
Tell me that it's my fault that it's over. Wish I played it different, I didn't know. All the times that you called me to be closer. Wish I paid attention, I should've known. You're probably with your friends, dancing on tabletops. Hands in his hair already, saying that you forgot about me. I just don't wanna know who you give your loving to. You'll end up leaving here with someone. I just don't wanna know you be drinking way past 2, lights out and it's not me you're loving. I just don't wanna know you it's all you I just don't wanna know it's all cold sheets when you're leaving. Used to sleep between them, now I'm sleeping different. I let you go. I'm not used to feeling like I'm needed. Guess I must have missed it, I should've known. You're probably with your friends, dancing on tabletops. Hands in his hair already, saying that you forgot You give your loving to, you'll end up leaving here with someone. I just don't wanna know you. Be drinking way past 2, lights out and it's not me you're loving. I just don't wanna know you with someone. I just don't wanna know who you give your loving to. You'll end up leaving here with someone.
Good afternoon. It is 12:30. I had every intention of getting up really early today and doing loads and loads of stuff, but I don't feel great, to be perfectly honest. I think a side effect of not sleeping very well for the last 2 days has meant that I've slept probably a little bit too much last night and then this morning. So I had a nap yesterday when I got in, but it was like a 3-hour nap, and then I stayed awake for a little bit and then I went to bed again at like 11:30. And then woke up this morning at 10. So I've slept a lot in the last couple of days, but not in the last couple of days, last night. I just feel a bit hazy today, and I'm wondering whether I've got a cold coming on. When the weather changes and the seasons start changing, that's when I tend to get a cold. So I can feel it in my head. Thought it was a migraine for a second this morning, but I can feel it in my head. So haven't done anything yet today. I was hoping to get a Supernatural-a-thon announcement edited today and uploaded, ready to go tomorrow, but that's not been the case. If I feel a bit better later, I'll do it later, but if not, I'm just going to do it tomorrow morning. But yeah, other than that, I haven't done anything at all. I've gotten out of bed and got ready, that's it. I even nearly didn't do that though, but I've just had the most amazing delivery and I'm so excited. So thank you to Kate from Hodder & Stoughton for arranging this. This is an entire book tour essentially that has come together with a company called Pastor Evangelist. I think that's how you pronounce their name, Pastor Evangelist. I'll leave a link to them down below. They basically deliver pasta dishes to your home that you can construct yourself. So I don't know fully what you get in the packages because obviously I haven't opened the box yet, but let's open this first so that you guys can see exactly what book this is. So I am so excited about this. I'm just so excited. This book has been on my wish list for the last year since I found out that it was coming out. And then when I found out that Kate was doing book tours for it, I was like, oh my god, please can I get in on this? I'm so excited for the book. I love the author, blah blah blah. She was like, hell yeah, we're doing a whole tour. We're coming together with a company. Do you want to get involved? And I was like, yes please. So this is the book that is in question. This is The Kingdom of Wicked by Kara Maniscalco, and I cannot believe I have my hands on this book. I am so excited. I read Stalking Jack the Ripper series last year. I can't remember if it bled into this year or not, but I was buddy reading it with my friend Siobhan and we had the best time. I think I gave the whole series 4.5 stars. The only reason it lost the half star was because of the Houdini book, solely on the basis that I don't like love triangles. That was the only reason. But I love Kerry's writing. I loved that entire series. It was fantastic and I'm so excited for this. As soon as I finish that series, I don't even think I'd finished the series. I think I'd gotten 2 books in and I wanted to know what else she'd written so that I could pick it up, and that's when I found out that this book was coming out. So this does come out on the 27th of October and I'm so excited about it. So this is following 2 twins, Amelia and Victoria, who are witches living in a very mundane world, and they own a Sicilian family restaurant. And one day Victoria doesn't turn up to work and her sister Amelia is very worried about her. They end up finding her sister's body, Victoria's body, very desecrated, and Amelia wants to seek revenge on her sister's killer. They end up getting the help of Wrath, who is the Prince of Hell, and it turns out that his agenda may be very, very different to Amelia's. So I'm so excited about this. I literally cannot wait to pick this up. I cannot believe I have this book in my hands. Thank you so much to Kate and to Hodder & Stoughton for sending me this. I honestly cannot wait about this. I cannot wait for this. Also on the inside of here we have 2 recipe cards for some recipes as well that are featured within the book. So the first one is for Nonna Maria's scampi. I'm not a fan of scampi, so I probably won't try this one out. But the second one is for Amelia's caprese inspired bruschetta. So I love bruschetta, so I think I will try this one out when I'm reading the book. I think that's going to be really, really cool to do that. So very excited about both of these. Nice little touch to add in here as well. And I'm very excited. I cannot wait. So on the basis that this has a Sicilian restaurant featured in it, and it sounds like this family is very, you know, like Italian based and stuff. We also have Hodder and Staunton have teamed up with Pasta Evangelists. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm so sorry if that's not, but I promise to fix that if that is the case. This has just been delivered and I'm so excited. This box is amazing. Let's find out what's inside. I cannot wait for this because I love pasta. If I could literally live off pasta, I would do. I eat it all the time. Just obsessed with pasta. Okay. So we've got a Mediterranean monthly sea salt week. Okay, nice. So we have a magazine from the 7th to the 13th of September, which has, oh, it's got recipes in it. Throughout September, our menus will showcase Italian ingredients central to the Mediterranean diet. Renowned for their health-giving properties, you'll find these nourishing ingredients in many of our dishes. Nice. Okay, so there is a recipe book there with loads of different recipes in it, so many, and it tells you exactly what ingredients you need and how to make these. Incredible. Nice. We have a postcard from Pasta Evangelists of Sicily, and this has a refer a friend code on it as well. Let's get into the food because that's the content we're here for, isn't it? Food. What are we making? Let's hope nothing has leaked. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so we have a sauce. We have, I'm assuming that that's the pasta. It feels like tagliatelle, maybe. I obviously don't want to take the top off that. Ooh, Parmesan cheese. I don't want to take the top of it because I don't want to, oh okay, I wondered what that was at the bottom. It's just an ice pack to keep everything cool. We have our sea salt flakes, so that's nice. We can put as much or as little as we want in there because I don't tend to eat a lot of salt. And then we have a box with, what's in this? Oh, this is our pasta, okay. So we have this. I don't know which pasta this is. Oh, I see how this works. Right, okay, now that I know how this works. Right, what happens is this magazine will go out with all, this magazine thing will go out with all of the boxes. My postman just caught me talking to the camera. So this magazine will go out with all of the boxes, and what happens is when you open it up, there are loads of different dishes obviously, but in the top right hand corner of your picture it'll tell you what colour you're looking for on your items. So for me, on this one, we have, it says on the front of my pasta, it says, I don't know if you can see that, it says pink. So on the tag it's got a pink colour on it. So this is for the smoked bruschetta and scamorza tortellini with sage butter. And then on the next one it's a black sticker, and then until I got to the end and I noticed that on this one this is a brown sticker. So this is specifically for gluten free, and on this stuff it matches, and this is the brown sticker with gluten free. So nice, that's how it works. Okay, so what happens is you can order off the website and they will deliver the stuff to you, and I'm assuming the whole magazine will come and you can make your food from this. I am so excited about this. I guess we are having pasta for tea, which I'm buzzing about because I wasn't sure what I was going to make, so yay. And these are literally like almost ready made, so it literally takes like almost no time at all to make these, which is great because I love something that's nice and easy to make but it's good quality. So excited about these. So thank you again to Hodder and Staunton and also to Pasta Evangelis for teaming up and sending me this awesome package. I cannot wait. I haven't fit this in on my September TBR, and I was going to wait until October to pick this up, but I kind of want to read it while eating the pasta because I feel like it will give me a proper, you know, vibe. Because the duo's supposed to be together, you know? So I think I might start this. Because I haven't already got enough fantasy to read, you know? I kind of just want to start it. I'm really, really excited about it. I might see if I can swap something out. I know I shouldn't be doing that, but I might see if I can swap something out. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thank you again to Hodder and Staunton and to Pasta Evangelis. There will never be enough thank yous for this insane, incredible, amazing. I'm absolutely buzzing my little head off. So yeah, I'm gonna go and read and I will check back in with you later. Okay, I'm gonna try and make this a very quick update because I'm doing some reader sprints at the moment over on the Discord channel for Bookoplathon, but I received a parcel, another parcel. So today I've had 3 parcels through the door. So I thought I would just open this very quickly on camera. I don't know why I'm getting quite a few. I haven't ordered this, I don't think. Not sure why. I think this is the 3rd gifted parcel to me this week off people from Twitter slash Instagram slash subscribers. Obviously the 4th because I just got that one today. This is a hardback. Who is this from? Oh, it's from Bev. To Steph, congratulations on 1k subscribers. Here's to the next 1,000 from Bev. Thank you so much, Bev. You are the sweetest. Thank you for your support. She didn't. I've wanted this for a while because I bought the 2nd one ages ago, not realising it was the 2nd, and I wanted to jump straight into the series and then realised it was the 2nd and I didn't have the 1st. So, and then recently Becca and Jade have been reading this. I know this is a reread for Jade, but this was the first time for Becca, and they've been reading the series and I've been wanting to get to it because they've been loving it so much and boasting about it so much. So Bev got me Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This is the hardback. It's so beautiful. And now I have the set. Oh, look at the end papers. It's pretty. Oh, Bev, thank you so much. I'm so excited about this one. I think this is about two roommates that started out college, Victor and Eli, and I think they started playing about with something in which they would essentially push themselves to the brink of death so that they ended up with superpowers. And then I think we jump forward 10 years. One of them ended up in prison for something and then they end up becoming enemies. I think that's the relative overall thing that's going on here, but I'm so excited about this. Thank you so much, Bev. Bless her heart. Thank you for your support and everything that you do, just, you know, sticking around and just being you. You're amazing. Thank you so much for this. Oh, bless her. I'm gonna send her a quick message now. What an angel. Thank you again, Bev. So yeah, I'm going to carry on reading. I've been reading more of the Wicked Deep, so I'm going to continue on with this with some more reading sprints over on Bookstagram, on Discord even. And yeah, loving this so far. I haven't yet got up to date with yesterday's pages, but yeah, really enjoying this so far. I'm just not sure where this is going. I'm going to go because I need to get back to Discord. So thank you again, Bev, for that. I'm absolutely buzzing. Thank you so much.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. Will you stay? Even when you wanna walk away, when times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down.
Hello, it is, I don't even know what day it it is, or what time it is. It's 22 minutes past 2 and it is Thursday. I'm about to do hosting some reading sprints over on Bookoplathon's Discord channel, so we're going to start at past, which is exciting. And I have decided that I'm going to read either Clockwork Princess or If I Never Met You by Vahira McFarlane, because I do need to start this one. I have gotten further with Clockwork Princess, so I'm currently on page 180. I'm at chapter 8. So yeah, I finished The Wicked Deep last night. Let's just get that. I say last night, early hours of this morning, I finished The Wicked Deep. I've given this 3 stars. So I was messaging with Anna last night before I then went on to read the last chapter, and I was behind because of Tuesday. Just the day I was having on Tuesday, I was behind by 2 days, so I had Tuesdays and then Wednesdays to read yesterday, and I managed to smash through it. This is a very easy read. I love Shaya's writing style. I think it's amazing. A lot of people in the comments on reviews have written that it's quite a flowery writing style. I wouldn't necessarily say that it is, because I don't like flowery writing styles. It's relatively lyrical, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't necessarily describe it as flowery. I really enjoyed the writing style in this. I'll definitely pick up more from her. And at the time of messaging Anna last night, I was really enjoying this, enjoying where the story was going. However, a prediction that I had relatively early on in the book came true, and then another prediction that I had later on after this first prediction came true then became true towards the end of the book. And I just think that the book wrapped up relatively simple, relatively easy. It was quite predictable. So despite having a really nice writing style and enjoying the story in general, it was just okay. It was fine. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It was fine. Glad that I have picked this up before I've picked Winterwood up, because a lot of people have been shouting at me to pick this one up when they've seen that I've hauled Winterwood. So I'm glad I have picked this up, and I'm surprised at me for sitting on it for so long. But yeah, I did enjoy it. 3 out of 5 stars in the end. I don't know if Anna's finished it yet, but I'll message her later and see what she thought of this. So yeah, it was fine. I have put Discovery of Witches over there on my TBR card. I have gotten further with that one. I think I'm like 130 pages or something into that one now. I've decided I'm only going to read that in the day, because twice now on 2 separate occasions I've picked that book up at night, and twice on 2 separate occasions in 2 separate bedrooms, only when I've picked that book up, 2 lamps have gone off in the room. So last night it was here in the dining room, the lamp went off, and then one night last week, the lamp in my bedroom went off as well. So we're not picking that up at night anymore. It's freaking me out a little bit. So yeah, maybe I should pick that up for this sprint, to be honest, rather than Clockwork Princess on that basis, just so I can get through. I actually think I might do that. Yeah, so gonna host some sprints. I better go because it's 26 minutes past and I need to get back onto the Discord channel. So I will check back in with you when I have something else to update you on. Afternoon, I was gonna say morning, who am I kidding? It's 12:30 on Friday, and I definitely have a cold coming on. We're trying something different today with my hair. I don't think I like it. I hate having my hair up, but I just can't bother with it today, so it's gone up. And I don't like it, whatever. It won't sit. I wish it would just like sit. I've got too much hair. It's too heavy. Okay, anyway. Don't know how people with super long hair manage to keep the hair up on their head. Getting more and more increasingly concerned about my TBR because I have so many books left to read on my, let's double check how many books I've got left to read on my Bookopoly TBR. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15, 16. I forgot what came after 15 for a minute then. That was really weird. So I've got 16 books left to read on my Bookopoly TBR. Then on top of that, I have got 3, 4, 5 more books I want to read. There were more, but I've taken some of them off. So I'm getting increasingly worried about the fact that I still have all of these books left, and I wouldn't mind, but I read all the short ones last week, so I have no short ones left. These are all really big books. Probably the shortest book on there might be on Bookopoly TBR specifically is probably, oh, it's actually When Life Gives You Mangoes at 256 pages, but other than that it's probably Potkin and Stubbs, I think, which is, do I know how many pages that is? 372. So, you know, I'm struggling. I have swapped out the dark cover. I did have Starsight for dark cover. However, since doing my TBR, I have had The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue come in, which is a dark cover. I've also had Kingdom of the Wicked come in, which is a dark cover, and The Wolf of the Water come in. These are all arcs that I want to get to before the end of the month. I could push Kingdom of the Wicked back till October, but I don't want to. I want to pick it up right away. So these 3 are arcs that I really want to get to that all have dark covers. So I've decided to swap Starsight out for one of those, and then the other 2 are still going to be on my TBR. I just can't fit them in anywhere else. It's ridiculous. I just can't fit them in. So I have all of these books to get to. Let me tell you about The Return to Raw, because I read this last night. I was getting to a point where I was getting myself really stressed up because I couldn't stop looking at my TBR. So I decided to pick this up during the sprints last night that Pris hosted over on Discord, and I managed to read the whole lot during the sprint. Well, yeah, I managed to read the whole lot during the sprints, so I really enjoyed this. This is following 2 twins called Arthur and Rose. In the first book, The Land of Raw, they basically, when they were younger, they used to play this game where they went to this land called Raw, where they had like a dragon. Rose had like a dragon, and Arthur had this best friend called Wyn, who was a magician, and there was this bad guy, and all of this lot. There were all these things going on, but they thought they just used to play this in the granddad's attic. Anyway, as it turns out, when they've gotten a little bit older, the granddad's on about refurbishing the attic and turning it into like a bit of a, I don't want to call it a playroom, but like a playroom for older kids essentially. So, you know, a bit like a den where they can have a TV, they can play games, like games consoles and things like that, just chill out, relax, kick back. So granddad's on about doing this for them, so they go up to help him out and try and sort it all out. Anyway, there's this fold up bed, which, as it turns out, Raw was not a imaginary place. Raw turns out to be a real place. Their imagination has made this place real. And if you climb through the fold up bed, when it's, obviously don't unfold it because the Raw will disappear, but obviously, but when it's folded up, if you climb through the fold, you will end up in Raw. You have to scream, "Hear me, Raw," when you're going through. But yeah, that's what happens. So this, in the first one, some stuff goes down, and then in the second one, they return back 2 months later. So it's been like, in the first one, it's been like 3 years since they were last there, and things started going missing because they were forgetting things because they were growing up, and obviously they didn't think it was real. As it turns out, it was the case that it was real. And in this one, it's like 2 months later, and they're going back again just to go and visit for the summer. It's spring break, I think, or summer break or something, and the parents have gone away and left the kids with the granddad in the promise that they're going to go swimming and biking and things like this. No, they're going to go to Raw for the week. So yeah, this follows them on another adventure. I don't want to tell you too much about it because it might spoil the first book, but it was really, really good. I had a great time with this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. There are trigger warnings for bullying. It is a middle grade, so it is children's bullying, and it's not sort of too prominent. It is implied more than anything in the beginning of the book, but there is plenty of bullying towards the end of the book, and then the protagonist standing up to the bullies. So it's very good in that sense, a lot of learning as far as that's concerned, and I just thought it was really, really good. I had such a good time with it, and I cannot wait for the third one. Jenny McLaughlin's writing is so good, and I love the illustrations in this. It's just fantastic. I will say though that the bad guy, Croaky, is terrifying. I don't know if I said this when I read this the first time, but he is look at him, he's terrifying for a children's book. He's terrifying to me. Anyway, I'm a scaredy cat. 4 out of 5 stars. So I'm glad I've got that one off my TBR as well. So I'm gonna go, this was a really, really long update. I'm gonna go and read something, and I will let you know what it is when I've done it. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, hello, I'm back, looking even more gross than ever. I've just put this cardi over the top. This could become very, very awkward on the basis that the kids have just come out of school. I've got 2 schools on my main road, so there's loads of traffic, loads of kids walking by. Anyway, I started reading The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, and I've been tabbing it up because I don't think you'll be able to see this because I'm using really, really light coloured tabs so that they match the cover of the book, based on one of Becca's latest, well, actually it was she just did it in one of her vlogs. She mentioned that when she tabs her books up, which she doesn't do very often, but when she does, she tends to use coloured tabs that match the colour of the book cover, and I was like, holy shit, this is revolutionary. Why have I never thought of this before? So on that basis, we're using pink, yellow, green and orange, because I used pink, yellow and green, and then I needed another new colour tab. This book, I don't know what to tell you. I have no idea what's going on. Haven't got a clue. This is batshit crazy and I am living for it. It is wild. Wild ride. I've got no clue what's going on. We followed off initially in the prologue following a young man, I think. We never found out his name. I don't know how old he is, but he's talking to a guy called Paolo, and Paolo can sense the city moving and things changing, and all of a sudden so can this young man. And then we get into chapter 1 and end up following a guy who is coming to the city as a new person in the city. First time he's ever been to New York City, and he is going to uni, I believe. But as he gets off the train, he cannot remember where he's going, why he's here, what his name is, and he starts to notice the city moving, and he can't figure out what's going on, why it's happening. The city seems to be morphing. He seems to be able to see 2 cities in one, like 2 different, I don't know how it's happening, and he calls himself Manny, aka Manhattan, and he's come across a woman called Madison so far. I don't know where this is going, what is happening. I believe this is something to do with the different districts of New York City though. So obviously so far we have met Manhattan. I can't remember now if Madison is a different district or not, or if it's just a coincidence that her name is Madison, because obviously you've got the likes of Madison Square Gardens and stuff, so which is where they play the basketball and I think the ice hockey as well. So yeah, I don't know where this is going. It's batshit crazy. The audiobook's fantastic. What I will say is the audiobook's fantastic. I made the decision, shit, I should be starting a sprint. I made the decision to listen to this while following with the book, and I want to do it in one day if I can, based on the fact that both Cody, Jade, and who else has read this recently? Oh, Maddie, have said that you should listen to the audiobook of this, but Jade did say she could go back and do it again. She would do it in one day. So that's what I'm aiming to do. Anyway, I'm going to go because I need to run a reading sprint. Bye. Okay, my dudes, hello. It is 1:25 in the morning. I'm very tired. It's Saturday. And I just kind of wanted to talk to you actually about The City We Became. So the dust jacket is still off the books. I'm still reading it at the moment. I didn't manage to get this done in one day, but I'm so close. I am going to finish this before I go to bed because I've only got about 41 pages left. So I'm on page 392. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, to be perfectly honest. Can you see? I've been tabbing it up. This book, I think I updated you at like page 50 and I was like, I've no idea what's fucking going on, but I love this book. I still love this book. I have a bit more of an idea of what's going on, but this is very complicated and exciting. It's a wild ride and I have a lot of thoughts on this book. Basically, this is done in such a way that the main boroughs of New York, so I was going on earlier about Madison, I was fucking wrong about that completely. The main boroughs of New York, which are Manhattan, Staten Island, the Bronx, Brooklyn, and I was bound to forget one. Luckily, there is a handy little map, Queens, by the way. Handy little map in the front. So Queens, the Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Brooklyn. These 5 boroughs of New York, it is 5, isn't it, are basically kind of, yeah, they become people and they're being attacked by an entity essentially that is also sort of within, it hijacks different people throughout the town to terrorize each person that represents each of the boroughs of New York City. So essentially, and then there is a person who represents New York as a whole. So the 5 boroughs, the 5 different people are trying to come together to be able to find New York so that they can defeat this entity. I think essentially that's essentially what is going on. However, we have a little problem with one of the boroughs not wanting to be involved in this. They've ended up getting swept up with the entity and something's going on with that. And as I'm getting towards the end now, I'm not sure how this is going to end. I've got no idea, but I don't know if this is a standalone or part of a series. On Goodreads it says it's the beginning of a series, but it also mentions that there is a book 0.5, so I don't know whether it's just that there's a book 0.5 and a book 1 and that's it, or whether this is the beginning of like an entire series. I'm not sure. Obviously I'll find out as the book ends, but so far I am loving this. This is so clever, and I think because I know a few people have mentioned, so I know that Cody's read this, and I know that Jade's read it, and I know Maddie's read it, and I don't think any of them have been to New York. I think they all sort of made a mentioned the fact that they're reading this and they're understanding it for the most part, but they don't have a connection to New York because they've never been. However, I've been to New York twice and I have a huge connection to New York in the sense that I am completely in love with New York. New York City to me is the love of my life. If I could move anywhere in the world, New York City is the place I would go. The hustle and bustle and chaos of cities I don't usually do very well with it, especially as I've gotten older and I've become my mental health has gotten worse and worse, so I don't tend to do well with them. For example, London is not, I love going to London, but it's not a city I do very well in. I can't be out in London for hours and hours on end. When I went to Edinburgh with my best friend last year, we had an amazing time. To be fair, Edinburgh's another city that I absolutely love. It's probably very high up there, very close behind to New York, to be fair, with Krakow behind that as well. So there are certain cities that I absolutely love. New York City is one where the chaos and the hustle and bustle, considering it's a much, New York City is a much larger city than London is, and there's a lot more chaos, there's a lot more people living there, there's a lot more hustle and bustle. The chaos calms my soul so much, and I just feel completely grounded like I've never felt before when I'm in New York. So the first time I ever went to New York City was in 2001, literally 10 weeks before 9/11. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I have this vivid image of me and my brother running around, it's either the South or North Tower, I can't remember, in the lobby, counting all the flags and pointing out the US and the UK flag. And then me and my mum went back in whatever fucking year it was, 2011, whatever year it was, when I turned 21. We went back for my 21st and it was amazing, and I just can't believe that I'm now like 30 and I haven't been back again since. I miss the city so much. I miss it every single day. It is a huge part of my life. And it's strange actually that I've been reading this on the 19th anniversary of 9/11. Absolutely, it only hit me in the middle of the day that was actually what was going on, because it was mentioned in the middle of the book about 9/11. So this book is not only dealing with this infiltration of this being essentially trying to attack the city, but it does it in such a way that I feel like, I was trying to explain this before in the Bookoplathon Discord channel, it does it in such a way that I feel like every time you pick this book up for a reread, if you did several rereads of this, I feel like you would get something more out of the story every single time. Now I know some people would say that, well, that's normal in a book anyway, you would get something more out of it anyway, but I genuinely believe you would get a different lesson out of this book every single time. You would see something different in it before that you would go, shit, I never saw that before, that's crazy, how did I not see that before, that's so weird. There is so much happening in this book that would slide straight over your head, because it will be a very, very small comment that will just be flown by, they'll just fly by it and you won't notice it, or it just comes in flashes almost throughout the book, and it's just wild. The way that N.K. Jemisin has written this is wild. I will say a lot of trigger warnings in here. So trigger warnings that I've picked up on so far, there's probably a few more than this. Trigger warnings for racism, sexism, homophobia, bigotry, sexual harassment, and also terminology surrounding birth and loss of a baby, things like that. I don't want to actually say those words myself, but terminology surrounding that, if they're triggers for you, it's not heavily done, but it is mentioned in here, so just be careful of that as well. It's not relating to the birth of a baby, but it is relating to the birth of the city, and the terminology is the same as what will be used relating to a baby. I don't know how to explain that anymore. I hope that's come across in a sense that you understand. I don't really want to say the word just in case it is a trigger for people. So I might have to sit with my feelings on this one. I haven't finished it, my battery's dying. I haven't finished it obviously, but I might need to sit with my feelings on it for a little bit before I give it a rating. I don't know if it's a 5-star. I think it might be a 4.5. But I fucking love this book. It's amazing. And this is my first delve into N.K. Jemisin's writing, so I'm so excited to pick up more from her in the future, especially with like the 5th season series. So I'm going to go anyway and finish this off, and then I will update you probably Sunday, let you know how I'm getting on, because Saturday is going to be a separate reading vlog for the 24-hour readathon. So I'll check back in with you on Sunday. Tripod. This tripod I think is on its last legs. Might have to ask for my birthday. So it's Saturday. I was going to do a completely separate vlog for this, and I have started it and it will stay started, but the idea was that there's a 24-hour readathon going on for Bookoplathon. However, I was going to use this 24 hours to read a certain book and do a reading vlog for it, but I'm struggling reading on my Kindle. I don't know what's wrong with me. My attention is really, I'm easily distracted. Not only that, I'm nodding off reading on my Kindle. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but on occasion, most of the time I'm fine on my Kindle, but on occasion I struggle with it and I get really sleepy very easily. So I've already had one nap today. Like, I didn't realise it was that late, but it's 5:10. I've already had a nap today. And yeah, I'm just struggling with it. So we're going to kick that into touch, and I kind of just want to mood read, so I probably won't even read something that's on my TBR, which is annoying. But what can you do? So long as I'm reading, I'll be all right. Otherwise, I'm going to get bored. I might watch a film later, but we'll see how I get on. But I'll let you know and I'll keep you posted. Good morning, afternoon. It's midday-ish. Today we are, this is very high. Today we are repping Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd. It's Sunday and it's 2 minutes past 12, which means that Becca's ridiculously long day of sprints has started. So today, I don't know how she's planning on doing this, but she said that we need 2 books, which I have decided on Clockwork Princess and If I Never Met You. And she, by the looks of things, is deciding our fate of how long our sprint's going to be by rolling the dice. So she's rolled both dice this morning and it's come out with a 6, so we've got a 60-minute sprint now at midday. So I assume that we can go from anywhere between 10 and 120 minutes for our sprints, which is awesome. So I am living for this. This is going to be awesome. And yeah, I don't know why she specifically asked us to pick 2 books, but I'm assuming she wants us to jump between the 2 books for the sprints, maybe. I'm not sure, but I kind of like this idea. It will break the monotony up of just sitting and reading one book for the whole day. But also it means I might actually be able to get through 2 books today. I'm not going to hold my breath because I am going to break for the F1, which I think will be on about 2 o'clock. So I will need to double check that, but I'm going to do this sprint first to 1 and then put Sky on and double check. So I think I'm going to start off with If I Never Met You by Vahira McFarlane first, only because I'm further into this. So yesterday I got 160 pages into this because I did some sprints last night with Pris. So I'm going to do that, get an hour further into this. Let's move my tab so I can check how many pages I've done. And I'm reading approximately 70 pages an hour of this at the moment, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I'm fairly confident I'll get this finished today. Probably not this, but I should be able to make a decent dent in the rest of this. I'm 180 pages into this, so got like another 400 pages to go of this, just shy of. So yeah, 380 pages left of that. So okay, the first sprint is about to finish, but I got up to a good point in my book where I could put it down, essentially the end of a chapter. I don't like to stop in the middle of chapters. I know that might be really weird, but I don't like doing it. So especially if I'm at risk of having to swap my book around as well. So I've just found the rules for the dice sprints today. So basically, like I was saying earlier, Becca's rolling a 6-sided dice and every dot represents 10 minutes. So like I said, it could be anywhere between 10 minutes and 120 minutes for a sprint. And the reason why you need 2 books is because if a double comes up, you swap your book. That's where the 2 book comes in. That makes a lot of sense. So what will happen is I will continue to read this until I get to the end, unless a double comes in, and then I will pick up Clockwork Princess. If a double doesn't come in until I get to the end and I manage to finish this, what I'll then do is I'll jump over to Clockwork Princess, but then pick up another book in case there's a double. That's what I'm going to end up doing. So that's exciting. I'm kind of glad I went with this one first, to be fair, because it means that there's a pretty good chance I will get through this today. So I only have like 5 hours and 24 minutes left of this, which is great because that's like 2 hours and 30 minutes, or 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 40 minutes or something. So yeah, hopefully I will get the chance to finish If I Never Met You today. Let's tell you briefly about If I Never Met You. So we're following, I think I've told you very, very briefly anyway, we're following Laurie, who was with Dan for 18 years, and at the beginning of this book, he breaks up with her. That's my lamb. He breaks up with her, basically saying that he doesn't want to be with her anymore. They're getting ready to sort of come off the pill so that they can have a baby. She's 36 years old, and he doesn't want to be with her anymore. He doesn't want to have a baby. He doesn't want this life anymore and all this lot. She's obviously taken aback by it. She wasn't expecting it at all. There's been no signs whatsoever. But as it turns out, very quickly after they split up, Dan's seeing another woman and she is pregnant. Now, Laurie ends up sort of coming up with this plan to fake date with Jamie, who could be deemed like the jock of the office, if you like. The lawyers and solicitors could be deemed like the jock of the office. He is a player and he has a reputation, and she's now being deemed to be fake dating him. I am enjoying this, actually. I just don't know how long it's going to be before the sexual tension creeps in and they actually start liking each other. Jamie is very, very, very much a player and a guy that he's just over 30. I think he's 31, and he's very much of the opinion that settling down is not for him and he's never going to do that and all of this lot. He doesn't believe in marriage, and he's just quite happy to be seeing different women all the time. And but it's a solid personality trait of his. And I just don't know how it's going to change. I'm not sure. I have seen this sort of before in a book, but I don't know if I've seen it this heavy in a person before, where I just don't know what it's going to be that will change his mind. So yeah, I don't know. Usually when people are fake dating, very quickly you can start to see that they actually have feelings for the other person, and it's probably something more than just fake dating to them on both sides. But haven't seen that so far yet with this. However, Laurie is getting a bit of grief from one of the guys in the office who wants to date her and has wanted to date her for a long time, but obviously she was with Dan, and he's given her a load of shit because now she's seeing Jamie, and she's told Jamie about it, and Jamie's sort of like, do you want me to go and speak to him? Like, this isn't on, and I'm here if you need to talk to me and all this lot. So I don't know, maybe that's like the first step into that, but I don't know. It's just, like I say, very different to see such a heavy personality trait of, I don't want to be in a relationship and I don't believe in marriage. So I don't know how this relationship's gonna change. I'm over halfway through now. I'm on page 225, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I am gonna join in now with the discussion for Bookoplathon and see what role comes up next. Hi team, it is Monday morning, it's 10 to 12, and I just thought I'd wrap this up here and let you know what I've read this week. So this week hasn't been as good as last week, although maybe if I did the page count and I wasn't too frightened about doing the page count, I would find out that I probably actually read more this week than I did last week as far as pages are concerned, because I read a lot of the short books last week. I think I might have fucked up doing that. I just got carried away with reading book after book after book. So I read all of my novellas last week, and now I'm just stuck with big books. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. So this week I have struggled. I feel like I struggled a little bit this week. So let's just go through what I read this week and then wrap this up. So I read The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I think I've explained enough in this vlog of why I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. The writing style was good, just a few problematic things, relatively predictable. It was fine. I enjoyed it. Then I read Return to Raw by Jenny McLachlan. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This was so good. I was so hyped to be back with these characters and be back in Raw, and I cannot wait for the 3rd one. I'm so excited. Really enjoyed that one. It was so good. By the way, The Wicked Deep didn't count for anything for Bookoplathon. Yay for me. Return to Raw did. So yay for me. Then I read If I Never Met You by Bahira McFarlane. I thought this was so good. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Not as smutty as I thought it was going to be. For some reason I thought this was going to be like relatively smutty, but it's not. It doesn't even get to a point where it can fade to black. It just skips straight over the sex. So I enjoyed this otherwise though. It was really good. It's odd because this is written about adults older than me. This is written about a woman called Laurie who's 36 years old, and also a guy called Jamie who's 31, and there were a lot of things in here that I related to. Like, I tabbed this up and there's a lot that I related to, so much that I related to, some stuff that I'm going to go back to at a later date. So it was really good in that sense, but in another sense, some of the things I just felt like were very young and dramatic, the sort of thing you might find in a YA book. So that's why it didn't get 5 stars out of me, but otherwise I enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to discuss this with my book club. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars, that did count for Bookoplathon. I also read The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin this week. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I thought this was fantastic. I think I've gone on about this enough in this vlog, but I fucking loved this book. I thought it was so good. It's definitely one that I will want to reread again and again and again. I just don't think I get bored of it, and this was so good. If you do pick this up, what I will say is persist with it, because the first 50 pages I picked this up, this was fucking wild, man, I swear to God. So I picked this up and the first 50 pages I had no idea. I think I updated you 50 pages in. I had no idea what was going on, but I fucking loved it anyway. And I think it helped that I've been to New York. New York for me is my favourite place in the world. I'm obsessed with it. If I could move in that sense, even if I didn't understand, even if I'd have got to the end of this book and didn't understand the story, I think I'd have still loved it on the basis that it's set in New York, and it's so heavily influenced by New York City that I just couldn't stop falling in love with the book over and over and over and over again. Every time I got to a new chapter, I just fell in love with the book again. It's just incredible. I loved it so much. I did understand the story, by the way, but it took me a while to get, it did take me a while to get into it, and I'm not the only person that said that. I'm sure I've heard other people saying this. So if you do pick this up and you're 50 pages in, like 50 pages is like your DNF mark, get to 100. Give it 100 pages. If you don't like it after 100, DNF it, that's up to you. But give it to 100 pages, because it starts coming together after 50 pages. That is quite info dumpy and just random shit, to be perfectly honest. It all makes sense in the end, but to begin with, it's very confusing. So do persist with it. 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely loved this. It was outstanding. Amazing book. And then I read Dreaming Sun Volume 1 as well. I'll show a picture of it here because it's upstairs. I can't bother going getting it. I read this on the basis that I was struggling on Saturday to pick anything up. I was really sleepy. I just felt really low. My mood was really shit. And I was really struggling on Saturday. So I picked a manga up because I thought it's something quick and easy to get through, and it might just help perk me up a little bit, and it really did. So after I read Dreaming Sun, I started If I Never Met You, and then finished this yesterday. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have taken part this week. If you've done a video, let me know so I can go check it out. I love reading vlogs. They're my favourite things to watch. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's not been too boring, because I know I've just like been at home this week, so I hope it's been somewhat entertaining. I'm not sure. I've not even looked back at the footage. I need to edit it. It's gonna take me ages. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below what you read this week. Are you taking part in Bookoplathon? Did you find a new favourite this week? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's chat, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.